that already on Lichess Plays, but a holiday edition of our usual segment here, Lichess Plays, where we're playing all comers in 3+0 Blitz. You got to be a Lichess member. That's the only stipulation to challenge. And you got to challenge me to 3+0. That's the only other stipulation. So I guess there's two. And let's get it started here. Okay. Borja Sans, let's do this. Good luck to you. Hello to everyone in the chat. Greetings, Chernik. Casual player, no joke chess. Greetings. Good to see you guys on Twitch. Also keeping an eye on our YouTube viewers as well. Hello, Dr. Sin City. You're right on time, Dr. Sin City. They were asking if they were early. No. You're right on time. Hello, Sadeg as well. And Gorkum. Hello, Josh Curtis. Good to see you. All right. Over 50 challenges already. Good to see. Greetings, K. Buckby. Also, JM Everett. Thank you very much. All right, let's play C3. I'll play my mainline stuff here in the Italian game. Go D4. I'm a fan of this line, especially at the lower levels. I mean, at the higher levels, Black's absolutely fine here and arguably better too. But at the lower levels, you're going to probably have pretty good results with this line if you know it well. All right, so got the strong pawn center here, also attacking the knight. Let's go queen c2. d5 would be a good move here for Black just to anchor the knight. And I think I will probably retreat the bishop to d3. I may not play en passant, just to warn you. Hello, Eric the Derek. 69 Stonks. Abisurument. Masood. Boyan. I can't remember if I said hello to you, Boyan. Yeah, sorry. I will not be taking en passant here. I'm going to be retreating the bishop. This is the Mahler. Yeah, exactly. Knight c3 is the Mahler invitation. I don't know if the Mahler is technically if Black actually takes you up on that sacrifice by playing knight takes e4 here. That might technically be the Mahler attack, although it could just be knight c3 on move 7. All right, now here I probably will capture en passant because that's a pretty nicely anchored knight. Let's take. Hello, Philo Timos. I have over 50 challenges. I can't tell exactly how many, but over 50. All right, now, do I take this, or do I try to castle? Castles allows bishop g4, so I feel like I should actually capture, but it could be potentially dangerous for me with my lack of development is the only thing I'm a little worried about. I don't know. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to take because I don't like the alternative. So I think this is the best and most principled way to play. Ah, very nice. Casual player asked John, during your OTB play, were certain types of foods or snacks hindering my gameplay? I would generally try not to eat anything heavy during play. I mean, occasionally you would see people bring like a full meal to the table and eat it slowly. That's always pretty obnoxious in my opinion. But I think the general best advice is to avoid anything heavy. You know, if you want to have like some sort of energy bar or some nuts, granola, something like that, I think that's generally going to be best. But you don't want all that blood to flow to your stomach for digestion. Same reason you shouldn't eat a heavy meal before you play a long game. Yeah, so I'm just looking to consolidate here. Black's playing well, though. I mean, they are down a pawn, but overall playing quite well, I would say. It's castle. I got to watch my time a little bit, too. Bishop c4, definitely possible. Yep. I think I'm going to take and then go rook e1. Black turned this gambit around on me. I'm the one up the pawn, but Black is the one pressing for the initiative here. I think I'm working my way out of it, though. I think the worst of this is over. I'm going to go knight d2 probably next, kick this bishop. Still maybe some minor compensation for Black, but... Oh, and they blundered a tactic here. And now I'm going to take the rook. If I take there, they have rook g6, so I think taking the exchange is best. Still a little bit of work to be done, though. No doubt. Okay, I guess I'll take that. Go here. All right, stubborn play by my opponent. I think I'm now winning pretty cleanly with e7 coming, but not an easy first game by any means. Okay, let's promote. We're going to go after these pawns now. Hey, thank you, Table Tennis. And thank you, Borja, for the game. You know, I actually think even this line is playable for black. Castle's on move 7 here. It's tagged as a mistake. The advantage for white, while appreciable, it's not something fatal for black. This is interesting for me as well because I always like to brush up on my knowledge. Again, knight takes e4 is the main line, whereupon if you're white, you should castle here and try to play for compensation. But on castles, it looks like the engine perhaps prefers bishop g5, going for the pin, which makes some sense because you might want to keep these pawns side by side for a while if possible. So I could see that being a thing. Yeah, interesting. Likes bishop d3. Okay, here it says I should castle. I wonder if the idea is to actually try to maneuver around this knight, maybe like a knight e1, f3 idea eventually. Yeah, it's suggesting knight e1 in a couple lines. So the engine is essentially saying, don't worry about black's anchored knight. It's more important to keep this pawn here guarding these squares. And maybe I can eventually kick it with an f3 type move. Thanks for the game, though, Borja. And look at this. Later on, the engine said you were better. Right around here, queen f7, and it thinks you have fantastic compensation for the pawn. More than enough compensation. All right, here we go. Next game. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good luck to you. Is flagging considered dirty in OTB chess or even in official online tournaments? No, absolutely not. No. It's part of the game, right? The clock is a piece as well, as people tend to say. Yeah, I think there's some instances where maybe you won't go for a flag if it's pretty clear the position is a dead draw. Like king and rook versus king and rook, even in a 3+0 game, kind of depends on the exact circumstances, but there's a lot of players who will, not flag their opponent in that situation if there's no increment. They'll agree a draw. I know I certainly have, and I benefited from people offering draws there too. Okay, so this is shades of Carlsen Nepo, right? I played that same line Magnus did in, I think it was game 8. You guys remember that game where Nepo played h5 and then Magnus had this long think in the opening and went queen e1 followed by bishop e4 and Nepo ended up blundering later? That's how I'm playing here. All right, now if black castles, I might go queen h5. Which doesn't actually win a pawn, but I think it leads to a fairly nice position for white. But that will be a double attack here and here. No, that was not game 4 because the first 5 games were draws. The game I'm thinking of was decisive. I'm pretty sure it was game 8. Okay, rook c8 is interesting. Guess I'll just go here. Not thrilled about this position of the bishop defending the pawn here, but I think it's okay. Yeah, now I'm going to play this move, which if black wants to avoid losing a pawn, they got to play f5, which I have a feeling is kind of a weakening move for black because I own the e5 square. This bishop is fairly bad. I feel like I'm somewhat better here. Maybe nothing crazy, but somewhat better. What did I think of the World Championship in general? Any comments besides, well, Magnus is a beast? I would echo a lot of people's comments about just being surprised how easily Nepo crumbled after the first 5 games. Really, after game 6, like the first decisive game. It was a bit disappointing in that sense, like you want to see perhaps more of a fight. But the content of the games was pretty high. I mean, from a pure quality perspective, especially the early games and that beautiful game 6, the content was quite high. But I would have liked to see Nepo like rally a little bit, steady himself. I mean, losing multiple games in a row, losing with the white pieces. Yeah, multiple times with the white pieces. That's just not going to cut it at the world championship level. So take G6, huh? All right, I'm going to go here then. Yeah, game 6. I still haven't fully analyzed a lot of the games from the world championship. I was down in Mexico on vacation for the back half of the match, and that's when basically all the action from a decisive standpoint, decisive result standpoint occurred. So it was fun following it down there, but I still want to go back and look at some of the games in greater detail. All right, so I'm up 2 pawns now. Queen d5 could be on the agenda here, so let me think. I think I can take this one. I think this is okay to do. Yeah, I'm going to take queen d5. I'll probably play bishop f1. I feel I'm being a little bit greedy here, but I don't see why not. Why I shouldn't take these pawns. So I'm going to make black prove it. I'm up 3 pawns now. All right, let's go here. Okay. This might be kind of a weak decision, but in the interest of time and just simplifying, I'm going to do it. I don't like wrecking my structure, but the queen is so well placed on d5. And like c4, queen takes d4. So I'm sort of taking a shortcut here to converting, but I'm pretty sure this is objectively not the best move because my structure does get damaged. Yeah, and that actually demonstrates why. So if I move a rook, bishop a4 was annoying. So now I got to do this. I got to give 1 pawn to trade the bishops. But okay, still doing very well here, I think. He can take here or take there. All right. Bishop all the way back to g8. All right, now I'm going to try to win this. Oh, he's going to keep the rook. Okay. Oh, and he dropped the rook. Big time mistake by my friend here. Jess here. Now just to convert. Practicing good cage theory, keeping my opponent locked in the cage. All right. Good game, yes here. Yeah, that was tough. Let's see if you had any chances. Maybe right around the queen trade. Engine says +7 here. This didn't feel like +7, I'll tell you that, with the time. Yeah, queen c5 is really objectively not a great move. The engine says, no problem, just push your a-pawn. Who cares? But I was getting a little bit worried. But in hindsight, perhaps there's really nothing to be worried about. It was more just feeling the pressure of the clock, wanting to simplify. This was an annoying move, rook ed8. That was a pretty irritating defense because initially I thought I could just go here and keep this defended, but then I noticed there's bishop a4, whereupon black is better because this is hit and this is a problem. But fortunately, I was able to work my way out of that. So thanks for the game, Yasir. All right. I have white again. Slow. Let's do this. D4. Thank you, Daniel, by the way, on YouTube. Hello, Tony. Greetings. All right, let's play knight f3. Thank you, Hermit. Someone's asking why I never play them. Just as a reminder, I accept random challenges here, so there's no priority given. I'll play this line where you meet b5 with a4. Yeah, greetings, Tony. Thanks for tuning in. I should play a French Rubinstein in honor of Tony Rowe here in the chat. I saw your recent video on the QGD, by the way. I haven't finished watching it, but that was interesting to see your take on the current state of theory. It's been a while since I've looked at some of those lines. You guys should check out Tony Rotella's channel. He's actually made some videos in the past for the official Lichess channel, like how to use the study feature, for instance. So if you've been using Lichess for a while, you might have run into Tony's content before. Okay, this seems somewhat wrong how black is playing this. Let me think. The knight usually does not go to c6. All right, I'm going to take here to start. Yeah, usually that knight goes here, the bishop goes here. So we'll see if I can exploit this. I'm thinking if this maybe here, and if bishop d7, I can drop the bomb. Rook takes d7, followed by knight e5 if black takes with the king. Here, I mean, maybe rook c8, black can hold that. But there's even slower stuff like bishop d2, rook coming over. Maybe that's the easiest way to play this. I'm going to do this, try to induce black to play that move. Again, I'm trying to prove that there's some issues for black with the c-files. The c-file piece is doubled up here. Bjorn Chess, first time chatter, says, I am banned on Lichess, but I didn't cheat. All right. And then Gadzinsko linked the appeal form. Yeah. All right. And this move and this move, both very tempting here. I think this is just good. Maybe black can hold on, but I'm going to play the natural move, make black figure it out. This looks rough. Your comment reminded me of that song, I Shot the Sheriff, you know? I am banned on Lichess, but I didn't cheat. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. Feel free to check out that link, though, if you feel you were wronged. I think black only has one move to stay in the game here, and it's still not very good. Hey, thank you, Chris Gordon, by the way. Yeah, happy holidays to you as well. Josh, any donations go directly to the Lichess channel when I'm streaming over here. So, you know, if you guys feel so inclined. 94 I actually didn't consider. I was thinking a6 was the move. Probably I'll just take here now. Could also take with the knight. But now let's take with the bishop. Black's really getting eaten alive by these pins here. If take, another attacker is added here. 95. Boy, I have all my minor pieces involved. Even this knight on a2 is participating by guarding the bishop. Yeah, that was looking rough. So I can recommend this line. If you guys are looking for, let's call it a minimalist response to the Slav, because usually in this position here, white plays a4 to stop b5. But I played this line with e3 for quite a while. It's not anything groundbreaking. You're not going to get an edge against a title player most of the time with a line like this. But it's pretty easy to play for white. What you do is you play a4 only after black goes b5. And black's pretty much compelled to play b4. It's too hard to keep the structure together otherwise. Then you retreat to a2, and you're going to win one of the pawns back here. And even though the knight looks awkward here, part of the argument is that this b4 pawn is overextended, and black has created some weaknesses on the queen side. And it didn't exactly happen in this game, but a lot of times you play bishop d2, knight c1, knight b3. You reposition the knight, and you observe the a5 and c5 squares. But I'm pretty sure this knight c6 move, yeah, the engine really doesn't like it as well. I think that's an out-and-out mistake. Just kind of curious. Bishop d7. See, I was planning rook takes d7 here, but does the engine find something better? Nope. Likes bishop d2 as well, but yeah, this is what I was going for. If black tries to break the pin, we do that, taking away the defender here. And if king takes, splat. exploit the pin. We're going to get 2 minors. Maybe there's a couple complications because, like, if this happens, there is a6. But I suppose at minimum I can go here, go after this. Yeah, this looks very good for white. So I sympathize with Schlo here because I've been in these scenarios before where you're pretty hopelessly pinned. You're dealing with like a near eternal pin. Not much you can do about it. Thanks for the game, Schlo. Who's up next? I keep getting white. You know, this happens at the start of Lichess play sometimes. I don't know if you guys are purposely challenging me and giving me the white pieces, if you guys are being nice about that. But I have noticed I have strings of white games at times when doing Lichess plays. Mustafa, are you there? Knock, knock. Hello, Chemical Co, by the way. All right, we got to move on. You can challenge again, Mustafa, if you happen to see this. King Me USA, let's do this. King Me. All right, Tony, this is for you, buddy. I'm going to try to get a Rubinstein. The nice thing about the Rubinstein variation is that you can play it against both knight c3 and knight d2. I think that is a prime selling feature of this particular line. And it involves taking. And black plays this, I don't even know exactly what to call this structure. I'd say it's a modest but solid pawn structure. I'll go knight d7, look for knight f6. So you're looking to challenge the knight on e4. Quite often, you will try to fianchetto the light square bishop. You can work up to a c5 advance later on. I think Tony has some content on this line as well. I always think of the German Grandmaster Georg Meyer. He's played this line many, many times over the years, probably 100 times or more in the database. You can probably find his games. I feel like c5 is the move here right away. I'm going to do it. So bishop b5 I can meet with bishop d7. An early knight e5 is always a little bit tricky. I don't know that I'm too bothered by it here. But let's go ahead and play it. c3 is actually pretty dangerous as to, okay, well, I'm feeling my way through this. We'll see what happens. All right, let's take this. Now, I might need to make use of an early a6. I'm thinking about it here. That or bishop d7. I think, so a6, knight e5, still a minor concern. I think I'm going to go a6. I feel like this is almost always a useful move, so I'm not going to delay it. But yeah, the one move I would be scared about here is if white tries to prosecute their lead in development at this point. Yeah, so I was a little more worried about knight e5. Bishop d3, though, makes sense. But now I think bishop e7, castles, looks pretty standard for this line. Whenever I see king me, I think of checkers, of course. I feel like saying king me in checkers, if you were a competitive checkers player, is very much like announcing check in chess. Like, people are going to be like, dude, I know. Like, you don't have to say it. Probably you don't even wait for the person to put the checker on top of the other checker. It just happens. You do it yourself. But I could see that being super obnoxious, just saying like, king me, and like waiting excitedly. You hit your clock, because they use clocks in competitive checkers games, I know. And you're like waiting for your opponent to promote, help you promote. All right, here maybe? I got to be a little careful. There's some stuff that could be unveiled on the file now. Yeah, let's go queen c7. Competitive checkers might be more my speed than chess, if I'm being honest. All right, here, I guess. Going through a couple contortions here, but I think it's okay still. Knight d4, queen b6, and then I want to get the light square bishop out. I'm trying to like block the file, encourage some sort of, yeah, I don't know, some blockage of the file there before I do much. I still have this issue to solve. I haven't managed to do that yet. Why not queen a5? I thought queen a5 maybe b4. Definitely white's better here, though. I think I've misplayed this to some degree. Do I just go here and grovel? There. All right, let's do it. I feel like this line involves some groveling at times to complete your development. Checkers seems like a huge calculation fest if you're going to play it at a higher level. And a very high degree of draws, correct? Okay, rook d8. He might transfer some pieces over there. Let's play knight d5. Let's try to be a little more active. Okay. Rearranging. Time is going to be a factor here. Yeah, checkers was solved in like the early 90s, right? It's been solved game for some time, as far as I understand. All right, making a risky strategic decision, but I want to stop queen e4. I know I give up a lot of dark square control here, but I think it's worth it to stop queen e4. All right, f3 I'm not at all worried about. Let's just protect this. All right, I'm cool with a trade. Let's see if he wants to swap light square bishops now. And now I've got this nice knight. Now I feel like I've taken over. Get that out. We're going to defend here. We're going to play that. Okay, take. Fine. Give me that. Oh, I did blunder there. You didn't notice. Okay. Good game, King Me. Tough. You had the advantage in the middle game, I'm pretty sure. And probably a substantial advantage. Somewhere around here. Yeah, +1 territory. So Tony says c3 on move 7 is dangerous. Let's see what the database says about this. Yeah, this is a bit cut off for you guys, but you can see the percentages. Pretty nice for white. White winning 34% of the games if black plays the move I played in the game, c5. Tony says 8, queen c7. Ah, yeah. Queen c7. All right, so keep the tension here. You know, I can see that in hindsight because when I released the tension by taking, it seemed like white had a pretty easy time building up on the d file. So, French Rubinstein players out there. Rubinstein variation, Kasparov attack. Okay. That must be like the line white played. Queen c7, knight e5. Okay, this looks more familiar. Bishop d7. Okay. Yeah, I've definitely seen this variation before. Going down some rabbit hole here. Does this lead to... interesting. Okay, so this is the variation you want to explore probably in this line. At least one of them. Tony, what's the evaluation of this semi-endgame, this queenless middle game? Probably holding for black? Looks like a lot of draws here. We scroll down. The vast majority of the games. Of the 35 games to reach this position in the Masters database, almost 90% of them are drawn. Tony says equal, but not that fun. Okay. But pretty good game, King Me. Yeah, I think in the middle game, maybe somewhere around here, you have some bigger chance. I didn't see anything super convincing, but I have a feeling you can put more pressure on me somehow. Maybe queen e2 right now. That does make sense. I like that transfer of the queen. This might be the moment to do it. Retreating the dark square bishop didn't seem quite right. So thank you for the game. Here we go again. Mr. Fancier. All right, good luck. Let's play another e4. Let's do this. Another Petrov. All right. I'll go d4 again. Why not? Oh, thank you, CSRT. Or CS Trinidad. Excellent. Cool. Glad you got a lot of value out of that 100 endgames course. Appreciate it. Oh, hello, Rage8, by the way. Rage8 is a student of mine. He says, this is similar to the line I pinged Tillis about with queen c7 to keep the tension. Uh-huh. Got it. Yeah, my impression of that line is black does have to know the subtleties of when to break out or how to wisely aim for counterplay. You can't get too ambitious for black early on. And the move orders matter quite a bit. Although that's, that's going to be the case for most of modern theory. Okay, so this all looks pretty familiar. Pretty sure I played this exact position the other day against a student of mine. I think I played knight c3 in that game. Could also take and then play knight c3. This could end up looking similar to that other game in the Petrov that I played maybe 15 minutes ago. For example, if black plays knight d7, take, queen h5. I can again go for that if I want. Hey, Nikhil? Okay, so here, g6, queen h6 maybe. Maybe I start trying to wiggle in. Maybe take first. Let's do that first. Oh, he takes with the bishop. All right. Okay, let's go on the attack. Now, g6, kind of tempting to sack 2 pieces on that square, but don't think it's quite justified. At best, white's going to get a draw there, and maybe not even that. So I'm going to go probably queen h6 in this position. Was my thinking. Maybe some future bishop g5. Just trying to induce some weaknesses around that black king. Okay, queen here. So this invites bishop g5, but black's going to go here. They're kind of signaling. What if I go here, though? What if? All right, let's try. I have an idea. I think black might see it. But you guys might see it as well. Okay, maybe black didn't see it. Check was my idea, supported by the knight. And yeah, this is unpleasant. I even have knight f6 now, which I think I should probably play. Force the king to the corner. Can I get more than an exchange? It's tempting to leave this little configuration, but I think I should bank the exchange. Rook over now, or just take. Here. I think I'm just going to take. And probably this is accurate. Attack this, and if b6, I can go rook b5 and scoop the d5 pawn. Seems pretty good. This is another maneuver you see a lot in the Petrov. There's some old main lines in the absolute main variation of the Petrov with knight takes e5, d6, knight f3, knight takes e4, d4 in the opening. A lot of games going back many, many years. Go after this. Watch the bishop transfer here. Might just do that. Especially if black plays king g8 here. Knight e7. Okay. Let's go here. Stop rook takes c3. Keep an eye on this. Rook e1. I can introduce this piece coming up. Let's go d5 first, though. I'm going to try to rule out knight c6 as a defense. Reminds you of GM Anand's Petrov games. Yeah, he's played that line over the years. You know what game Anand is probably most famous for in the Petrov, though? Forgettable game on his part, but I'm sure many of you know about it. Yeah, exactly, Chessy Bus. Yeah. I think it was a 5-move game. 5 or 6 moves? It went e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight takes e5, d6, knight f3, knight takes e4, knight c3, And then Anand was following, thank you for the game, Mr. Fancier. Anand was following some theory he had seen in like an old Informator or something. This is 1988, by the way. Anand was playing black against a grandmaster. I believe he was a grandmaster at the time. It was Alonso Zapata, I think he was playing. And it went like this. Take here. And now the main variation is just for black to take on c3. But Anand played bishop f5, which had been previously played in another higher level game, master game. And I think Anand was just kind of copying that and assuming that this variation, which had also been published in this book, was fine for black. And Zapata played queen e2, and this is move 6. Anand resigned because he saw he was losing a piece here. Knight's double attacked. d5 is met by d3, common theme in this line. And importantly, queen e7, which is maybe what previously had been assumed would be the defense for black, is met by knight d5, which is a catastrophic move for black because it attacks the queen, which has to stay guarding the pawn. And if it does that from d7 or d8, again, we're going to see this d3 move. So you can, I don't know if this database has it. Yeah, I think this database actually has the source game. So this is the game, little chess history for you guys. This is the game that Anand was following. Tony Miles versus Larry Christensen, two strong players, especially in that era, both grandmasters. And that was played 1 year prior to the game in question. But that's funny that the Anand game didn't make it in here. Has it been expelled from the database? Did Anand like work some former world champion magic? Have it expunged from the database? Surely not. Anand paid off some favors here, right? Yeah. Deleted it from the internet. Well, if that's the case, not saying it is. If that's the case, remember, the internet never forgets. He's going to have a Barbra Streisand moment. The Streisand effect. It'll come back. It'd be just great if Lichess like added it right now and it just popped up. But yeah, if you search in most databases, you can find it. BL Yak says too short for the database. Okay, yeah. But in that particular game, neither side noticed at the time, and white played knight takes e4. But as you can see here, the queen e2 move is dead winning for white. Wins on the spot, so hence why Anand resigned in that game. All right, let's keep going here. That was fun to bring up, though. Yeah. MD Knight, good luck. Let's play Scandi. Let's do it. Okay, play queen a5. I've actually played Zapata, by the way. Nice guy. Alonso Zapata. Played him a few years ago in Charlotte. Okay, this line, yeah, I've faced this a fair amount. C6. I don't think it's anything too great for white, but you know, it's logical. It makes sense. I'll play knight bd7, trying to stop knight e5. Why not bishop g4? Well, in this variation, usually the bishop is better off here if white has played knight f3, in the queen a5 Scandi, that is. If you play an early bishop g4, h3, take, while playable in the queen d8 line, I think with queen a5, it's considered somewhat suboptimal. I know I'm not doing a good job of describing exactly why that's the case, but you'll have to take my word for it for now. I think I'm going to go here. You always feel like you're playing chicken with the bishop on d2 with your queen on a5 in this line. You just always got to double check that knight d5 or knight b8 won't hurt you, but it's fine in this case. Zapata from Argentina? No, he is from... Let me think about this. I don't think he's from Argentina. I want to say he's from like Costa Rica or Venezuela. I I could be wrong, but I want to say one of those countries. Okay, let's take with the knight. We'll keep our structure to Colombia. Thank you, Tony. Colombia. He might be the first Colombian grandmaster in that case. Faster, please. I will try. All right. So this is pretty standard stuff. I'm going to castle this way. Rook over c5. We can get some Rubinstein-esque flavor, speaking of the Rubinstein French, but highly watered down because there's been a couple trades of minor pieces, but maybe a similar pawn operation, c pawn against d pawn. Now, are we scared of this move? We really shouldn't be. We've got h7 guarded, so I could play h6, but I can also just carry on with my plan. I don't see anything troubling here. Just got to make sure that they can't easily kick this knight away or something. I mean, even this, I don't really see what this changes. Looks scary, but I think I can just play c5. If he takes e6, I don't think he has enough. So let's do this. And if he takes, he's going to lose the bishop down here. Hello, Tangelo. You can click that link there that Nightbot just put up in the Twitch chat. But my username is Fins. If you go to the main Lichess page, and I think it's Play a Friend. If you click on that, Play a Friend, you can directly challenge me. It's got to be 3+0, though. All right, all right. Let's go here now. So no threat on h7 anymore. Do I play Alekhine's defense? I really don't. I dabble with it from time to time on stream just for fun. I'd like to learn it a little bit better, though. All right, so interesting moment here. Mildly interesting. Because I want to take and then take here, but unfortunately he's renewing that threat. So I guess I'm going to play... I guess I'm going to take here. Now he's going to take probably, and knight takes. Again, a French-like structure taking place here. This is, I think, pretty equal. I might prefer Black's position by a shade, let's say. But it's probably nothing. Both knights are well anchored here. Let's go h6 again. Only reason I say I might prefer Black's position is sometimes you can send your b-pawn up and weaken their structure, a little minority attack. But I'd really doubt if it were anything. Knight e2 doesn't work, unfortunately, for me. Yep, and white runs out of time. That was a bit anticlimactic. But thank you for the game, MD Knight. Little hint in these positions. I mean, I personally think white should try to engage the c-pawn sooner in a lot of these setups. That's the real way to try to play against the e6 and c6 setup, is try to get your c-pawn up, expand, grab more space with your pawns in the center and on the queen side. I think if the structure largely remains as is, or if black's allowed to slowly get something like that, black's doing okay. But you played pretty solid, MD Knight. So thank you for the game. Hello, Orion, by the way. Okay, DGH, good luck. All right. Speaking of Alekhine's defense, let's play it. Oh, Browse to Web, thank you for subbing with Twitch Prime. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Yeah, supporting Lichess, I like it. Beamzu says, Ben Feidengold said you could achieve GM. Do you have any plans for that? Would it add much to your career, or is it not worth the effort? At this particular time, I'm not too interested in it. I might get some inspiration and change my mind in a few months, but the effort expended to try to push for Grandmaster right now is really not worth it beyond anything than a personal accomplishment. It's an almost guaranteed 99.9% guaranteed money losing proposition when you think about all the expenses and the time involved. So you really got to love it. You got to love the pursuit. You got to love playing and pushing yourself. And it's not like a one-off, potentially multi-month expense. Like if you really are looking to push for GM, especially at my age, I'm 35, it could legitimately be a year or two commitment if I'm going to go all out. So it's a big decision. Again, from time to time, I kind of get the urge to play OTB. But yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into it. And you got to mostly be comfortable with the psychological toll, the energy, time commitment, and the financial commitment as well. For very little gain, objectively. Oh, thank you, Vimzu. Yeah, I am 35. I was born 1986. I was born 2 years before Anand lost that fateful game in 6 moves. No, norms do not expire. It's possible FIDE will change that at some point. I think norms used to expire, but whoa, that is not a good move at all. All right, I'm going to give him a take back because I'm kind of curious where he meant to put that queen. C1. Okay. I don't know if C1's really close to D3, but yeah, we all make mistakes. All right, let's go H6. There's a lot of stuff hanging here. Suited Connect, thanks for the raid with 15 viewers. Thank you, Suited Connect. We're just hanging out, playing some 3+0. Yes, yeah, the D3 C1 dipper slipper, as Tony says. It's only a knight move away. You could probably grow a pretty solid beard going for GM. Indeed, yeah, I think you're right about that. I pull an Amon. Oh, thank you, Chessy Bus. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, this white got way overextended early in this. That's the principal argument with the Alekhine's defense, by the way. Black is encouraging all these pawns to come forward. But remember, every pawn in advance in chess creates weaknesses in its wake. So B4 in particular, I think he's really overpressing. I maybe could have played A5 there. Would have been a good strategic move. But, black is like, or white rather, is like a bull in a china shop here. And not in a way that's going to lead to a positive result for them. I guess here, if I can even take here. Yeah, Amon was pretty genius for coming up with that beard ploy. Or challenge, personal challenge, let's call it. Oof. All right, let's take this one. Hey, Chess Junkie, I'm doing great. How are you doing? Hope you guys aren't too stressed. I know the holidays are ongoing or right around the corner, depending upon what you celebrate and what you consider the holidays. But we're right in the thick of it, right? Can be a very stressful time of year for many people. All right, let's hunt down the king. We're going to give a check here. Okay. Check. Check. And I think this is going to be mate no matter what on F2. Nice little multi-piece assist for the checkmate. I like it. Remember, with double check, the opponent always has to move their king. If you check your opponent in 2 different ways by a discovery, they always got to move their king. All right, thank you for the game, DGH. Yeah, so got to keep those pawns a little bit restrained. I mean, you can play this way. This is mainline. Even taking is okay. There's also knight f3 or f4, most ambitious move. But d5, I think that's premature. You know, a lot of times you don't want to advance these pawns side by side if they're up on the 4th or the 5th rank. You want to kind of build behind them for a while. So I would start developing if I were you. Get some more pieces into the action, especially b4. Yeah, just creating a lot of weaknesses. Knight g5. You guys really got to avoid moves like that. Kind of happened in the previous game. This is a threatless move. Maybe there's an idea of going to e4, but it's not worth the 3 moves to play knight g5, knight e4, take f6. Even if I were to just allow that as I kind of did in the game. Let's say for the sake of argument, I can't even, on knight e4, I can't even take for some reason. And white does this, and I'm just developing. It's not worth all that effort to move the knight around just to trade it. So really watch those knight moves to the 5th rank or the 4th rank into your opponent's half of the board that don't contain a threat. Those are almost always a bad idea early on. Okay. Fantastico. Good luck. Fantastico. When I think of Fantastico, I think of, you know this cleaning supply? I think it's called Fantastico. It's like, I feel like it's, I don't even know what it cleans exactly. But it's like a brightly colored liquid that almost looks like fruit juice. And every time I see it in the store, I'm like, if I had kids, if I was a parent at home and I had this cleaning product on hand, I'd be paranoid that my kids would get into it and drink it. That's what I think of, but it's probably not even called Fantastico. All right, let's go rook c8. I can take this bishop whenever I want, but trying to put some pressure here as well. Okay, let's play a6. Oh, Fabuloso. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, I was kind of close. Yeah, Fabuloso. Thank you. Thank you for the save, Leah Simp. Play rook e8. Not so much because I want to advance this pawn, but I want to defend this. So if ever I go here and here, I don't have to worry so much about the defensive e7. Generally, in this type of dragon structure, you don't want to push your e-pawn because it's going to weaken d6. Fantastique is a surface cleaner from the 80s. Uh-huh. Yeah, let me see if I Google it, Fabuloso. Fabuloso household care cleaner. Fill your home with joy. If you Google it, you'll see it's a very distinctive purple color for the most part. You'll see what I'm talking about. That anecdote will make some semblance of sense. All right, a little bit of pressure here. Maybe an eye towards playing b5. Watch this bishop. It can sometimes be unleashed. I feel more comfortable playing queen a5 when their bishop is not on d2. Now, I got to watch this move and maybe this move. So I think now is the time for this retreat. Knight d7 to guard. My opponent might put the bishop here. That would be, I think, pretty sensible. Puts it on d4 instead. Interesting. All right, so I think take b5 is for sure one of the more principled continuations. Kind of tempted to play knight e5 too, but I think I'll just take. Yeah, let's do this. It's a thematic advance, getting this pawn push in. I don't know. I feel like white's still all right here. This doesn't look that abnormal for this structure, for this setup. Generally, b5 is an achievement for black if white has to trade off, but this pawn is isolated. I'm debating if I really want to play this because knight d5 is kind of annoying. I might want to stop knight d5. I'm going to go here. I'm going to play it back to f6. I want white to drop this rook on e1 in some fashion, but we can't bank on that. Maybe rook up now? Not sure I like that much. Runs into b4 for one thing. What to do here? I don't know. Maybe rook c7? Let's try that. I'll try to double in a different way. Ooh, okay. I don't know about that move. b4 now. I probably could have played b4 on the previous move, actually. As soon as they undefended that rook on c1, but it's still good here. Yeah, now white is collapsing. Too many issues. This is defended. Magnus is going to challenge John to Lichess plays. That would be a historic moment in the history of Lichess plays, wouldn't it? I mean, Magnus' stream the other day was something else. He streamed the titled arena under, the effect of quite a bit of beer, it looked like. And of course, he crushed. That was fun to watch. I caught like 75% of it. Let's push here. And then if he trades, I'm going to get my knight into b4 probably at the end. Attack this rook. And we got a fork. All right, we got a mouse race here, but my king is dominant. Look at that king. Absolute dominant piece here. I love it. All right. Thank you for the game, Fantastico. Interesting one. I think, again, probably the position close to equal right around here. Yep. Pretty much dead equal at this point. Maybe you have an advantage. Okay, really didn't like knight f6 by me. It says e5. So e5 is well played here. Or well timed here. Yeah, because if takes, queen takes, you can pin me here. That stops the b4 idea. You keep nice coordination. I could see that. You might just be winning the b pawn. So knight b6 is what I should do instead. Interesting. Okay. Noted. Okay, now here rook c7 is a good move. Yeah, and I missed b4 on the move right when you played rook e2. That would have taken advantage of that. So got to watch those undefended pieces always. And that back rank. Important for you to maintain that. Thank you for the game. Anurag, good luck to you. Are you there, Anurag? There you are. All right. So I played French. I played Alekhine's Defense. I played Scandi. I think I played Sicilian. Let's play Peertz. Someone asked me to summarize the Scandi in a sentence. I will say Caro-like position without all the theory. That's my pitch. I could create a run-on sentence if you want, but I'll pitch it like that. No problem, Chessy Bus. All right, so if g4, common way to break the pin, I think I'm going to drop this in. I'm going to look for this. I think in a blitz game in particular, black's going to have quite a bit of compensation. So we'll see if I'm allowed to do that. Why not fianchetto in the Peertz? Yeah, that's the conventional way to play the Peertz. G6 here. I kind of like the E5 variations. They have some, kind of merging with the Philidor as well. So I'm sort of partial to these style positions, but I do play the G6 variations from time to time as well. Okay, now this is important. So if I take here, I think the issue is white can insert knight takes d4 at some moment. Let me think about this for a second, but that's usually the case. Yeah, I think take either this first or maybe even just that. So I think I will take on f3 and then back off. So that was well played by my opponent to avoid an early knight takes g4, like timing g4 incorrectly. I still like black's position. I feel like this is probably more of a weakness than a strength for white. All right, let's play h6. Let's see what white's up to with this bishop. You would love to play against the g6 Pirts. You would love to see it, or you'd like to play against it? Okay, so now I'm going to have the dark squares. White can put the knight on d5, to be fair, but I still kind of like black here. Okay, now I'm going to try to put a stop to any knight d5. The white knight really needs to get to f5. So if I were playing white, I would start considering ways to achieve that. Let's block any h4 attempt. It's probably no good right now because I am covering that square twice, but let's just get that bishop out of the way. It doesn't stand very well on f6 long term, so I'm going to want to improve it. Yeah, and this I think is a good plan for white to do that. Let's try to bother my opponent a little bit here. Eye towards f2 as well. Yeah, hello, Tommy. Now, d5 might be nice somewhere around here. But I think in the short term, probably not so great. I need like one more move. If I had my rook here, let's say, or here, d5 might be good. Yeah, not quite working. Okay, I'm going to go... Let's just play solid. We're going to go here. Retreats. Okay, now I think I will play this. That was an inaccuracy. I think white should have played knight g3. They play it now. But this is a little bit different at this point. I feel like I'm working with something now. If knight takes, I might even play bishop takes, because white would have to take with the pawn. Queen takes allows queen takes f2 mate. And then my rook can get into d2. There's some pressure that's starting to develop. Goes that way. Okay. Let's do this. White getting low on the clock as well. The pressure is mounting. Yeah, because now I think I might have some combination of this and this. Depends what white does. They go there. No tactic, huh? All right, well, let's just double. This is defended for now. Not saying an immediate tactic, but it's close. This queen is defending everything, which makes me think the queen is overloaded. All right, let's take this one. Maybe not. Maybe white can get away with this. No problem. Well, I can always take and play this. This might just be the way to go and attack this pawn. Kind of feel like there was better there, but I wasn't seeing it. Wait a minute. There's bishop f... Oh, no, there's no bishop f7 here. Okay. Okay, check. All right. Thank you, Anurag, for the game. Again, ends a bit prematurely. We're both in time pressure. I think you would have been better off playing just knight g3 right here. Because then if you do that, The d5 move doesn't work for me, as far as I can tell. Take, take. You can just take with the bishop. Whereas when you back off the bishop and I go here, now this won't work because I have rook takes d5. The bishop is participating. There's no knight blocking it here. That said, oh, wait a minute. We got it. Let's figure this out. I'm going to cover up this move. The engine says this is losing for white after f takes g3. So what did I miss, if anything? It might just be because of what I did in the game, winning the e-pawn, but I saw the engine was flickering -5 or -6 here. Oh, bishop takes e4. I think Magnus would have found that in the titled arena the other day. Idea, take, check, and then the queen comes into f2. Like here, and yeah, this is going to be unstoppable, mate. I can still play king h2, I guess. But the engine thinks this is absolutely decisive. More like Howl. Low blow. All right, thank you for the game, Anurag. In general, if I were you, I would probably not develop in this way because I think the position's a little too pedestrian for you. It's like a passive Joko Piano style position, but I haven't played knight c6. This pin, I think, is a bit annoying, even though the engine says you're in absolutely no danger here. I would personally not allow this. I might even just play, let's say here. We would just throw in h3 or d4 being the most principled move. You can always try to go for d4 early on against this. Who's up next? Sarvish. All right, so I played Alekhines. I played the French, the Pierts, the Scandi, Sicilian. How about e5? Let's play e5. I'm not going to go Stafford. I don't really know Stafford theory from the black side all that well. So, okay. All right. Should I try a cheapo? What are the chances that white takes on e5? The Blackburn Shilling Gambit. Not recommended. This is not a good gambit. Well, it is if white takes it, but otherwise it amounts to a loss of time. So this is a do not do as I do moment. Okay, we'll play d6. I mean, this is probably fine now. Maybe I can even muster up some sort of attack against white's king. Oh, thank you very much, Insomniac Physicist. That's very kind of you to say that. Thank you, thank you. I try to make my content accessible with a focus on, instruction for improving players. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Is Magnus online right now? He is. He's playing. Oh, man. Wow. All right. The king is back. He just played 4 blitz games. Okay, who is he playing? Okay, Sarver's doing well here. This is pretty solid. This bishop's a little bit annoying. I'm thinking about how I can deal with it. You know what I might do? I might take, and on takes, I might play d5, just as a way to activate my pieces, even if it means losing a pawn. I kind of like this idea because I can try to get the bishop to d6. Blockade. I'm not really worried about those double pawns. I think those are going to be long-term weaknesses. He's playing against Horrendous Brilliancy. Never heard of that player. Yeah, I like this little pawn sacrifice I just did. Looks fun. There's even bishop c4 as a plan. Like, let's say white plays a pawn move. How about this? Makes some sense for sure. But maybe just b3. Okay, let's castle this way. Attack the bishop. I mean, I might want my knight here long term, where the square the bishop's currently occupying. There's ideas against this as well. I mean, this would be pretty sick if it worked, but I don't think it works whatsoever. Bishop h3. Let's just go here. Going for the doubling, huh? All right. I guess I can do that as well. Because if he doubles, he's going to lose the A pawn. So I don't think he really wants to do that. Angry Ishan says, John, I just wanted to say, how do I improve to get to 1800 to 1850? I'm always stuck at 1830. You know, that could be just noise. That's not a big rating difference whatsoever. I wouldn't worry about that much. I don't think that's going to be due to something existentially wrong with your play. Play longer games, analyze them. Play fewer games if you're tilting. Always a good strategy. Okay, g4 I'm going to take here. Trying to induce this move. Yeah, he's being stubborn in not blundering his A-pawn, which is exactly what he should do. Dustin says, John, I am tilted. I lost 60 points over the last few days. Take a break, man. Yeah, you can always take a break in chess. There's no harm in that. Regroup a little bit. Chess will be here when you get back. I don't really know what I'm doing in this position, I got to be honest. I'm kind of just playing moves, and I'm down on the clock, too. Man, I'm solid. I still feel solid, but I haven't got my pawn back. Okay, now I might get the pawn back. Might get to do this. Let's take. Still, drawish endgame. Oh, I got to be careful, actually. Ay. I got to be very careful here. Oh, I think I'm losing. No. I am losing. Sarvish is going to get me. I can only hope for stalemate now. Oh, he did stalemate me. Oh, brutal. Good game, Sarvesh. You outplayed me down the stretch there. You deserve that victory. Didn't quite happen, though. Oh, man. I had 0.5 seconds left, too. That is brutal. Good game, man. Yeah, I didn't really demonstrate anything in the middle game. So I think you kept control. I was waiting for you to blunder, and you never blundered. At least as far as I could tell. And then by the time we got into that end game, I was hoping you wouldn't notice the strength of d6. This, I think, was well played. You went knight e4, and then I was trying to like get my king over before you played it. I guess I got to be a little bit careful in this endgame because my pawns are kind of split up. This endgame might just be significantly better for white. +1. Probably still a draw if black plays this well, but I didn't find a good plan here. And you did, and you played fast. The Rosen endgame always worked. Yeah, I was thinking of Eric when I did that. It was a near Rosen trap, but not quite. There was no capture at the end that I refused to recapture with. It was mostly just head for the corner and pray. But yeah, congrats, Sarvish. Very few people get me for a win or a draw, so well done. You're in esteemed company here on Lichess Plays. Thanks for the game. Common Mate, you're next. Let's play in English, this one. Magnus is playing an anonymous Dutch GM at the moment. Interesting. Okay. Is he streaming as well? Or is he just logging on, playing without the raucous noise of the adoring crowd? No stream? Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll play this Neo-Catalan. Very much like a Catalan, but I have not committed to d4 yet. But I'm going to play it now because I think knight c6 is usually a bit suspect if black doesn't know what they're doing in these setups. People are saying he might be playing Jordan. Interesting. Jordan van Foreest. Why do I say Catalan? I guess that's the way most people I've heard pronounce that opening. But maybe Catalan is a bit more accurate. You know, I'm American, so the way we say our A's sometimes is probably going to seem incorrect or flat out is incorrect. Hello, GM John Bartholomew. Are you just reserving that username for me in the future? You're going to give it to me, right, if I ever make Grandmaster? Oh, I missed a move. I missed a tactic. I played a solid move, but I had much better. That would have been strong. All right. He gave me another chance to do it. Nice player, this common mate. Oh, going to give the queen. No regard for the queen. Now, in between move, important. And then I can take back. And I'm up a queen for a rook here. Am I following the Gashimov Memorial? I am not. No, I should be, though. Has there been any games of note as of yet? Rest in peace, Vugar Gashimov, by the way. Really interesting player. By all accounts, very nice guy, too. Died way too young. If you ever want to learn the Benoni, his games will provide a lot of inspiration and instruction. Hey, Real Monkey Chess. Thank you. Yeah. Gashimov. I think definitely one of the most instructive Benoni players in chess history, for sure. Okay, how do I trick my opponent here or just prosecute the advantage? I think b4. The straightforward b4 is the way to go. Use the pressure on the file. Okay, take here. Seems good. I could try to twist the knife here with this move, but trades are good for me here. Yeah, it's a pretty routine win. Always nice to have played a move like g3. In these situations, you don't have to worry about the back rank. And run the a-pawn. Yeah, thanks for the game, common mate. So that bishop on b7, undefended, kind of did you in there. You're already down a pawn prior to that. So this is a setup where black can easily fall victim to some nuances based on the move order. But the main thing is here, your d5 pawn is in some trouble. I think you should play bishop e6, for instance, and reinforce. Maybe bishop e7 to break the pin and have your queen help guard. But honestly, it's a little bit uncomfortable here for you already. Could I have played queen takes c8? I don't think I had a chance for that, right? Because if the c-pawn wasn't here, queen takes c8 would be a good move. Definitely. But definitely not thereafter. Maybe I should have, you're right. Maybe I should have played b takes c5 here. So that on takes, the very natural takes, then I could do this. Maybe that's what you're referring to. Then it would work. So that might be the more accurate move if you want to play for maximum tricks. Because black can't take back. All right. The casual player. I'm scared of the 2,000 plus crowd after that game against Sarvesh. Let's play b6. I don't fianchetto the queenside bishop too often early on, so let's try it here. Go e6. You can try to tempt fate with f5 in these positions, but I think it's generally not a good idea. Let's go c5. So white hasn't committed the knight, so they're avoiding a pin as of now. Yeah, I'm going to go here. This can transpose, I think it already has, to a line of the c3 Sicilian. I play this from time to time. You go try to go bishop a6. There's some shades of the French defense as well, where you try to swap off the light square bishops. All right, and we're kind of morphing here into maybe a Maroczy style position, if you will. Okay, now I like my setup. I think knight c2 is a mistake. Knight c2 seems unnecessary. And can I break through somehow here? Let's play this back. Threatening take, capture here. Okay. I don't know. Maybe there's nothing for me as of yet, but I'll just continue developing. I just have all these active pieces, so I'm already looking for tactics, but it's possible there's nothing. Queen c7, maybe? Queen c7, knight b5, though. I feel like knight g4 would be the degenerate thing to do here, but it might be good. Let's play it. What am I going to do against h3, though? I need my queen. All right. We're going to play this move. Don't judge me for this. This is all in the name of fun. Don't judge me for this plan, guys, but I know you want to see it. Here we go. Yeah, h5. We're going to try to drop in the fishing pole. He knows it's casual player knows it's coming now. I don't know. I just got all this pressure going towards that white king side on the diagonals with the knights. How can I not try this? Knight e3. Okay, solid move. Absolutely solid. Let me think. I might still play this move. Don't rule it out. Take, queen takes, knight g4, take. Yes, queen g3 at the end. So that's not working. If here, take here. Oh, I think I can just take, right? All right, let's shoot first, ask questions later. We're going to go for it. I think this works, though, if white takes, that is. When is the next time I will stream for Lichess? Threat, by the way, is knight f3 and queen h2. Good question. It'd probably be after Christmas, so either next Sunday or maybe Monday, 26th or 27th. This is Jerry Bartholomew. I cannot confirm or deny that my first name is Jerry. Shout out to Chess Network. All right, the threat is still knight f3 now, because I've opened the h file now, so the queen and the rook are merging here. And if g3 check, we're going to get rook h2 mate in. How does white defend this? Seriously. I mean, you can move the rook if you want, but I think that's still going to run into knight f3. You can move the rook, knight f3, and then play this. But then rook h1 mate. f4, do you play the desperate f4? Might be the only move. Yep, played. On the board. Nah, I think take. Yeah, I don't see like exactly a mate here for me. Maybe I still go here after all this. Yeah, let's do it. I'm still going to do it. Knight takes f3 is the, materialistic, simple way to play it. Prosaic, maybe. But I'm going to go for more. Not even sure knight takes f3 is winning. So let's try this. probably just take. Oh, baby. Now I've got... Oh, do I have this? I don't quite have that. But this is mate in 2, right? Check. And then mate down here. I guess I could have played rook h1 and then queen h2, but it's unnecessary. Interesting. What do you guys think? If you had to guess, let's say the position right when I played knight g4, do you think the engine approves or disapproves? Or is it going to say equal? 0.00. Get your predictions in before I click over to the analysis board. Approve, equal, disapprove. Oh. Everyone's guess is all over the map. I don't know. I'm going to say that it likes it for black. I don't think it'll be huge, but I'm going to say somewhere in the half pawn to full pawn region for black. But let's see. Oh. Okay, evidently it's winning. -4.5. That's pretty huge. I mean, I just kind of hedged because my evaluation just now, because it seems like a position where white can bail out somehow. I mean, white doesn't look like they've done much wrong here. This setup, albeit kind of passive, is not totally out of the ordinary. Maybe the knight on e3 is a little unusual, but it seems like a position where white should have something to keep it within manageable, worse boundaries, let's say. But the best moves are all rook moves here, and they're all pretty bad. Rook fe1, that makes room for the king. And then if knight f3 take, white's going to escape through the e2 square. So take. Yeah, and I guess white can't take here because check, take g2 is absolutely crushing. So I would have to take here. Ugh, this guy. They lose an exchange. That's really the best white has here? Okay, well, I got to start taking risks like this more often. Hey, look at that. Queen b8 is one of the best moves here. Well, it's kind of changing its mind, but it didn't hate queen b8. And the reason I went queen b8 instead of queen c7 is I wanted to stay out of range of knight b5. So, and again, we're working these diagonals towards the white king, the g4 square, h5, part of the fishing pole attack, which is a general attacking scheme where you try to open the h file, or especially with the knight on g4, try to deliver mate on h2. Yeah, I guess it's winning. So white had to do something better here, which is already looking a little sketchy for white. b4, king h1. Interesting. Well, thanks for the game, casual player. Yeah, that was fun to play from the black side. But appreciate you stepping to the plate and inviting such interesting complications. All right, Levitating, you're up. 22:53. Let's play Caro-Con. I don't think I played Caro today. We're going to see a two knights variation. Knight f3. We are. Now, I think the mostly fashionable thing to do is play this way, but I'm going to play bishop g4. I feel a little bit more comfortable in those setups. Take. Yep. And let's go knight f6. White can nurse the bishop pair in a position of this type for a long time. Okay, white does go e5. Now, I think castling and keeping the tension is considered a bit more promising. But let's see what happens here. We have some shades of the French defense. Knight coming out to c6, trying to attack this. Ooh, very early knight b5, so focusing on this square. Okay, I can respect it. But let's not deviate. Ready to take this if necessary. Because then if queen takes g7, I have bishop takes e5, importantly. All right, so white didn't fall for that take. I was going to take there and defend the rook. I don't know. I don't really buy this for white. I got to be honest. Because I think this pawn is just going to die. Let's say white castles here. Maybe knight d4. Attack the bishop. Hit this. Maybe pivot back. This bishop's still buried. I don't think this is good for white, despite the two bishops. Yeah, does look a little overextended. Agreed. Invites me to take here. Also, I could try to get this bishop away from guarding e2, but that's going to be tough. I mean, f5 is pretty interesting. All that said. Nah, I think just take this guy. I'm so solid here. Just take, back this out. Maybe now f5? Kind of weakens this diagonal, though. I might want to retain the option of staying on that diagonal in the future. Let's go here. All right, here we go. Look at these knights. Dominant knights versus the passive bishops. Fork as well. I mean, in the last game, the knight pair flexed their muscles as well, so this is nice. I like this trend. Okay. Walling in their own queen, but I can see why. I don't know, though. This looks really, really good. Let's go f5. We're going to outpost this now. Bishop b2 I take here, so they can't even really play that. Yeah. What is the idea? I don't know. Let's just keep going. Get the rook involved in the action. White's trying to break free here. They want bishop b2. But all right, let's keep getting this in the action. Knight g3 on deck. Oh, boy. Here takes. Let's also check here. Probably check here, and takes is the easiest in this position. Let's do that. I gotta watch my time a little bit. Now I've got knight f3. Okay, yeah. Thanks for the game levitating. I think this whole plan was just dubious. Knight b5, knight d6. Too time consuming, and that pawn is a goner sooner or later on d6. So, if we click the database, always good to get a lay of the land here. In this position, castles is played far more often. Yeah, castles keep the tension here. White has enough defenders on this square, so I played this position a few times, knight bd7 or bishop c5, trying to stop d4. I think there's some weird variation, like here, and you go bishop d4 now. You physically block the d4 advance. I had some games against Greg Shahadi in the I Am Not a GM tournament in this position. Okay, thanks for the game. Hey, Ralph X, good to see you. I know you. Good luck, good luck. Thank you for challenging today. Hope you're doing well. Funny thing about Ralph X, I've said this before because I played Ralph X on stream in the past in Lichess plays. The first time I met Ralph X, he told me that he meant to type in his username as Reflex, but he mistyped it and he was just kind of stuck with Ralph X. So, you know how that is. I feel the same way about my username, Fins. I just made it when I was like in college. I was listening to the Jimmy Buffett song Fins. And I wasn't particularly attached to that username or something, but I just started using it over time, got used to it, started creating more accounts with it, and now it's like my online identity. Am I playing in the Agadmator arena tomorrow? Probably not, but I saw that they're offering some pretty lucrative crypto prizes. I think the first prize is like 1 BDC, 1 Bitcoin. That's pretty legit. I think Hikaru is playing, right? H3 is the move here. Ooh, this is not the move, though, Ralph X, because if I take, either way, you only have one defender. I have two attackers. Okay, I'm going to take here. Let's see Yeah, he needed to play knight takes d4 to have a chance there. This is going to allow the fork. Knight takes d4 would have mitigated the damage a bit. Black only would have been down 1 pawn. Oh, that's funny, Tony. I have seen the new Magnus Lichess account. Yeah, I was following that stream the other day, the titled arena. Okay, so just going to try to clean up here. Knight e5, maybe queen e2. I would play knight e5 for black because you got to try to work into some squares here. He messed up the move order. Relflex is always messing up the order of things. Oh, dude, that's a low blow. I'm sure he's going to laugh at that. Low blow. Foul. All right, let's give a check here. Is Magnus still playing, by the way? Even though we don't have the ability to watch Magnus right now because I'm focusing on playing you guys, we do have the esteemed Juicer Carlson in the chat. Shout out to Juicer Carlson, who I've played before. Can't quite see their profile, but he is watching this game in question. Magnus is still playing. Okay, nice. All right, Relfex defending tenaciously here. Didn't drop that pawn. I guess maybe I wasn't even threatening to take that pawn because there might have been rook b8. Oh, thank you, Kempus Ringling. Appreciate it. Hello, Wood Zulu on YouTube, by the way. Good to see you, Wood Zulu. Longtime viewer. We'll go here, just try to stop a knight from coming in. I'm trying to figure out what the YouTube chat is talking about. They keep writing approves. I don't know what they mean by that. The YouTube chat is actually moving very fast right now. What's up? We got 407 people watching over there. I appreciate it. About the same number on Twitch as well, 470. Oh, thank you, Relfex. Yeah, so that bishop e6 move kind of did you in the opening. Normal thing to do here would be to put the bishop on d7. Sometimes they try to shoot the queen out to a5. There's also an ambitious line for black. So, yeah, you guys might be familiar with this, but on bishop e3, you can play the move a5 as well, if you want. That's one way for black to mix it up. Look to play the move a4, which kind of knocks white off balance because white's trying to keep an eye on e4 as well. A bunch of theory here. So thanks for the game, Relfex. Okay. TFO, let's do this. Let's play knight f3 on move 1. Oh, that's funny, Patrick. Patrick was chiming in about his username being, he wanted it to be Patrick the programmer. And I don't know, he somehow did it slightly differently. So he was sympathizing with Relfex. John needs to make more effort to read both chats. It is tough, I will say that. I do pay more attention to the Twitch chat. It's just like in my viewing range a little bit more easily. We tend to get a few more viewers on YouTube, on Twitch, but I appreciate all the viewers. So shout out to YouTube as well. We were just talking about Agad Mator's Arena, Kabir. I don't think I'm going to play it, but maybe I'll try to watch a little bit of it or maybe even stream some coverage of it. Do you guys know what time it starts? This looks a little bit better for me. Nothing crazy, though. Just developing here. All right. Black trying to undermine. This doesn't trap their knight because they do have this move. So let's castle this way. I'll try to demonstrate that the D pawn could be a strength, but black might be able to blockade it. Scandy is a great name for a cat. I would love if one of you guys named one of your pets Scandy. That would make my day. That would make my year. All right, here's a little test for black. If black takes and I take with the knight, they might lose material at that point. I don't know if it would be a test, but that would have been tricky. Let's put it that way. All right. I feel some tactics are starting to brew here. Rook d8 might be a good move, though. I don't see anything immediate that I can do to take advantage of that. Ooh, I see some interesting stuff, but yeah, nothing immediate that jumps to mind. This is a good move. Solid. I want to go here, but f6, I think, is a good reply. Let's try it, though. I have an idea. All right. Black has to be careful now, because natural continuations can get black in trouble here. See what I might be going for? I don't think it'll happen, what I have in mind, but I'm just curious what black will do at this point. Okay, I was not expecting that move. So what I'm thinking is black's got to watch e8 constantly. Like if they would have traded here, trade, they would have got mated on e8 at the end. Now maybe the queen can come back in some lines, but still, like d6, black can't take. There's knight g6, though. I think I'm going to take here. Open the way towards this. Now, this comes with check is the only annoying thing. So I will have to waste time recapturing. But then I will be threatening queen e8. Also, the bishop might land on c4 at some point, so... Ooh, yeah, now I think black's going to get mated, and... Well, yeah, I probably got to get them order right. That's always the case. I think I should start with this move. We're going to start with that move. Oh no, my bishop. And you might see why I'm doing it this way. I'll show after here, after black resigns or plays queen f8, which is made on the next move. Thank you for the game, TFO. Yeah, so right here, the thinking is, on my part, if I take here first and then give the check, that's probably winning as well. But I was trying to avoid this circumstance where queen f8 is playable, because I thought black could block, but I guess I'm winning a piece here. Take like this. So that's probably winning as well. But bishop c4 first is kind of nice, because, yeah, if takes, then take here, we get the same line, but I've ruled out queen f8 as a defense. This is the checkmate I always had in mind. So I don't think there's much of a defense. Yeah, if bishop e6 is the best move here, not much doing for black. Just take it up a piece. So you might have been okay here, TFO. Oh, d6, d7. You know, I sometimes miss these tactics. Maybe it's because of what I was talking about earlier, how these pawns tend to get overextended. But d6 is evidently just a good move because it hits the knight. If black tries to pin, take, and this is checkmate, you get a new queen or even a rook if you want. Can't imagine queen d8 is going to be a good move. Queen d8, I probably just back this up. Yeah, and the point is on d6, I'm actually threatening d7 as well. Here, d7, which looks pretty obvious, but most of the time, I missed a similar tactic. I remember a game I played a couple weeks ago. I missed a similar tactic. Looks super obvious, but you might just dismiss d6 after seeing that the knight moves because you're like, this pawn doesn't have a lot of protection. But yeah, in fact, that wins a piece for a pawn. Okay, thanks again for the game. We're going to get a couple more games in here, maybe 2-3 more games. Good luck, Torbidator. We've had a lot of e4 today. Let's see what we get this time. Yeah, sure thing, Chess King Kong. Thank you for playing. All right, what to play now? Let's play knight f6. I'm thinking maybe a Grunfeld. Or Grunfeld, as some people say. All right, this is totally fine for white, but a little bit passive looking. Greenfield, yes, Greenfield. We played once and you played a Sicilian. I was disappointed. Haha. Because I didn't play Scandi? Well, what's happened now, a lot of times people, when I play e4 against them, like they play Scandi. The tables have turned over the years. Okay. This diagonal looking a little weak for white. Knight e4 definitely comes to mind. Let's do it. It's the most ambitious move. We'll give it a whirl. White might be able to take. This is solid. Now, question is, can I punish this move? I don't know if I'll actually be able to. I feel like probably not, so I'm just going to take. Just get the bishop pair. I think is the most sensible thing to do. d4, I mean, there's take as well, but we get a trade. Bishop takes, rook can come in. It's pretty active for me, but I don't like damaging my structure like that. So I think I'm going to go for d4 instead. And I got some ideas here. I noticed a lot of strong players with black and d-pawn openings. They're very good with playing with their dark square bishop, especially if they're a Grunfeld or a King's Indian player in particular. But I need to get better playing with this fianchettoed piece. Bishop f2 is a threat, so now white defends. Makes sense. And here I was thinking e5. Prop up the bishop. If I can get a rook over here, maybe I can renew bishop f2 as a threat, but first I need to guard this. I need to absolutely guard that. Okay. I want to go here because I think white might be planning this knight e2 move. So I really love to play something in response to that, but I don't see a good move after bishop takes c6. I can play queen b6. It feels kind of lame, though, but it might be the best move. All right, let's do it. I don't see anything better. Just trying to disrupt knight e2 once again because I can take there. Also trying to defend this. Maybe this is next. Oh, thank you to the person saying they were following me 6 years ago, and they said they're glad to see me again. I won't say your username because it's not exactly PG for this stream, but thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Thanks for checking back in. Shout out once again to Lichess today. We're coming towards the end of this stream, so big shout out to Lichess. It's entirely free to play on here. It is a chess public works project in a way. Ooh, now I can just take and remove the defender here. It's run by one main developer, Thibaut. Shout out to Thibaut. He created this site as a dedicated team of mods. It runs on donations to cover the basic expenses. And as you saw, like the world champion plays here too and is a big supporter of Lichess. So it's just a great environment to play. They didn't ask me to promote the site in any way like this, but the Lichess team likes running these events because they know it promotes the community and it's just a lot of fun. So I look forward to this all the time. And shout out to Lichess and all the mods and everyone who makes the site great. Hikaru approved? Yes, Hikaru approved as well. Yes. That is the big news. I do got to watch my clock, indeed. I'm up the piece here. Pretty clean piece, too. One pawn for it for white. But let's make sure we close this out. Okay, tricky business here. Check. I can go king g7, fortunately, but watch this check. This is possible in this exact position. This is actually like slightly annoying to convert because white is so solid here. I just need some time. Some time to convert the position. Try to go after these pawns now. White's kind of weakened them at this point. Annoying. All right. Go back one more time. I'll just put the bishop on e6. That's probably the way to do it. just block any e-file play. All right, now we're going to go here. And then take. All right. Thank you for the game, Torbinator. Appreciate it. It was looking a little uncomfortable for you right around here. You can probably minimize your disadvantage if you're worse here. Maybe knight a4. I don't know. I mean, you probably are somewhat worse because my dark square bishop is so good. But I don't think it's terrible. Yeah, the engine doesn't think that much. Quarter pawn, half pawn, maybe. But yeah, I got to be accurate. This was the move that gave it away, allowing the removal of the defender. So thank you for the game. Okay, debating if I want to play one more let's play one more regular game, and then we'll do our usual Bong Cloud horsey game. Stumano is up. I'm gonna put in my food order here because I'm gonna have to go pick up some food. Karo Khan. All right, I usually play this advanced variation, h4, and then this interesting line with bishop g5. I tend not to have great results with this line, but I really like playing it. It's a lot of fun. So I just do it. And now black can take here. And I always got to refresh my memory about what to do. Okay, black does not do that. All right, all right. Let's play b3. I'm not going to try to contemplate what happens if queen takes b2. Support the bishop. Okay, I'll castle this way because I feel like this is somewhat of a nuisance for black. If take, if they castle queenside, I can take f7. So I'm liking the annoyance factor here. Black just has to figure out how to unwind the king side. They could take and play knight e7, but then still, where do they castle? Because if they castle short, they're going to run into checkmate. All right, let's open the middle. I mean, if black's willing to brawl here in the center of the board, I'm up for it. Let's do it. Ooh, rook d8. All right, take this. Probably knight c3 coming next for me. They could play knight h6. Yep, they could try to do that. I might take and try to mess up their king safety if they do that at some point. Ooh, takes there. All right. Interesting attempt. I'm going to go for the restriction strategy here. Take and then take with a pawn to keep e5 defended, but really blocking that knight now. How is this knight getting out? And therefore, how is black going to develop here? They might get desperate and play f6, but that's probably going to lead to other problems like queen g6. Queen c5 attacks this pawn. So maybe just rook e1. Simple defense. Oh, thank you, Zam Alec, by the way. He said, this guy looks nice. You might have been talking about my opponent at some point. Thank you. Thank you nonetheless. Hello, Ahmad. Well, I can tell you that writing in all caps in the chat will not give you any better chances of playing me. You send the challenge in, and I randomly select. So everyone has an equal chance if they send in a challenge. Doesn't matter what time you challenge during the stream. Unfortunately, we're only going to play one more game after this today. But we've been going almost 2 hours now. Okay, so I think black doesn't see much, and they're going to go for this h3 plan. So let's just develop. Continue here. Maybe rook e1, knight e4. Oh, knight e7. So they're saying, all right, I give up. Let's go here first. Before I take this knight, we're going to jump my knight to the center of the board. What is going on here? All right, I can take this, take this. I can also take this, and then check, or check right now and win the queen. Probably the best move of all. No, but taking here is still pretty good, right? Nah, let's go for the check. Supported by the pawn. It's a discovery on the queen. Take. And after all that carnage, I'm up a queen for a rook. Attacking a couple pawns here. Check. 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 Check again. All right. That last check was the killer. Got him to flag. Okay. Tough position for black, I think, once the king got kind of stranded in the middle of the board. So black can try to take on b2, but you know what the critical test of this line is? Bishop d3. It's the move queen takes b6. Queen takes d4, rather, from b6. I've had some games in this line. Take, bishop takes bishop, and then queen takes e5 is the point. You can regain the material. So I was going to go knight f3. If you search the database, you'll find games here. Queen g4. I never really know what's going on in this line. It's complicated, but it's real fun. So I like playing it. All right, here we go. Last game. Let's get ready. Look away if you don't like the horsey set. I saw someone posted the horsey with like a Santa hat on the other day on Twitter. So I think if the Lichess devs can make it happen, they should do that, for the next few days into the holidays. Just put a little holiday hat on the horsey. All right, horsey Bon Cloud. It is written. Who's going to get it? Oh, 2,000. At least I have white. King e2. It's a pre-move, so you know it's legit. Oh, the Orthodox Bon Cloud, the classical variation. I know. Where is Tebow when you need him? That is true, Mr. Swift Tickle. Yes. Maybe we can agree it's a holiday hat. I'll play f3. I'm just going to use my pawns as a defensive shield here. Okay, let's go bishop g5. And then, take. I kind of give up like a nice point in the center to do that. So now let's just develop around this. Take, knight e7. Not quite feeling that. So I'm just going to do it this way. Oh, and he sees what I'm up to, so he goes back. That's probably a wise move. Yeah. I don't know. Let's go g4. This may not be quite sound, but let's do it. All right, all right. I was going to take this way, so let's do it. What to do about this little situation in the center? I think I'm going to play this back. I want a pawn storm. That's the plan. I have no development to speak of as of now, but a pawn storm operation may be coming. Oh, that is a bishop. I am sorry, Pilots. That's very kind of you. Christmas came early for me. But yeah, that is a free piece. Okay. Keeps the queens on. Let's develop this way now. Yeah, the king always looks a little nervous with this set. That is true. Good leaders lead from the front. Let's see you do a kingside storm. I'm going to still try to pawn storm, absolutely. D5 is interesting here, but then I can go G5. Oh, yeah, here we go. H5, then G5. Get the knight up, contribute to the attack. Maybe knight G4. Oh, now this diagonal starts to look a little sketchy around that black king. Maybe, though. Maybe they can keep it closed. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to take, and then I'm going to go here when black takes back. Get the penguin involved. Rook's looking sus. He's eyeing up that pawn there. You can't take him. The penguin's defending. I'll pre-move it just in case. Oh, but now this move. G6 coming. Oh, boy. Avert your eyes. Folks, avert you. We might get a Damiano's made here. Avert your eyes if this makes you uncomfortable. Oh, I was hoping for take, rook h8, queen h1, queen h7. That would have been so nice. But I can't complain about this position. This is pretty crushing, too. All right. Take, I guess. Win the double exchange here. Yeah, let's just take it. Mm-hmm. To really trigger people, you should play with those pieces with light mode activated. We might have a revolt in the chat if that happens. That would be... I would be voted out immediately from Lichess plays. They would never invite me back to do it. But I think I am one of the few streamers who likes playing with light mode. I would play with light mode pretty much every time if the chat didn't have a conniption. All right, Pilots, thank you for the game. Pilots the fourth. Yeah. Just that bishop c4 move. Did you in? I think maybe around here you have something a little more forceful. That is often the case here. Let's look at it from your perspective. Some sort of like taking on g4 type operation is really interesting. Let's see if the engine likes it. Knight h5. That is not an obvious move, but the idea, I think, is to use the f4 square. So if I take your bishop, you're going to hop in and only then recapture. And I can see how it really likes that. Truthfully, white has made so many weaknesses. It's not going to be surprising that black has something here, but black might have to make a forceful decision. Even here, h5, the engine approves of. So, but thank you for the game. And thanks to everyone today for the games. This was a lot of fun. Is Magnus still playing? Should we take a quick look? I see him. Oh, he's under Dr. Nechterstein now. He's not under Dr. Championstein. Who did he play today? He just played a fairly long session. He played Bullet, Blitz, Cake in Space. All right. Well, maybe Magnus will continue. Looks like he was just playing, so maybe he'll be continuing here. Perhaps we can pass this off to someone who's keeping an eye on Magnus, or maybe even if he jumps on stream. I'm sure you guys will take note of it. Yeah, thank you all. Enjoy the holidays. Thanks again to Lichess. We're going to be rating Eric, it looks like. Eric Rosen. So give your best to him. This is a lot of fun. Congrats to, I think it was Sarvesh for the the draw that they inflicted on me that should have been a win. They had me dead to rights in that game. But I swindled. It's fitting that we're rating Eric because I swindled a stalemate. Thanks to the YouTube chat as well, YouTube and Twitch. You can always watch this. This gets archived. Probably YouTube is the easiest place to do so. And once again, enjoy, everyone.